Hello, I'm Bo, the Director of Training at Windsor Industries. I'm here to introduce you to the Saber Compact 17. The Saber 17 is a floor scrubber that's used for daily maintenance of hard floors. The Saber 17 has a brush drive that drives the brush, dispenses chemical, scrubs the floor, and vacuums it up, leaving the floor dry. Components of the Saber 17 are as follows. The freshwater tank is located right here. The cover has a slot that allows you to measure 3 ounces of chemical so that you can accurately dilute your chemical. Here up top is the recovery tank. This lid allows you to get into the recovery tank for easy cleaning and access. When you lift the recovery tank, you'll notice the components that make the Saber 17 go. The vacuum motor, the drive motor, and the batteries.
The control panel consists of the following elements: the battery meter, the vacuum on-off switch, the brush on-off switch, the squeegee lever, and the water lever. You'll notice an hour meter that tells you how many hours the machine has been in operation. The button that removes the pad so that you can change and clean it, circuit breakers for the pad driver and for the vacuum motor. In the back also, you'll notice a hose that allows you to view how much water is in the fresh water tank. The recovery dump hose that will allow you to drain the recovery tank. And the squeegee, which will recover the water from the floor.
Now let's talk about installing and removing the pad or brush. An important concept to understand here is that the drive motor can either be in an up or down position. If the drive motor is up, that means the pad or brush will be lifted off the floor. If the drive motor is down, that means the pad or brush will be on the floor. This pedal located in the back of the machine raises and lowers the brush motor. If I depress the pedal and move it to the left and then release it, the brush motor lowers. By depressing the pedal again and moving it to the right, the brush motor is locked in the up position. The brush motor needs to be in the up position in order to remove the pad.
To disengage the pad, press the gray pad button here.
When installing the pad, the brush motor needs to be in the down position.
Tilt and push the machine over the pad driver. The silver bracket in the back will center the pad driver so that it is positioned properly. Once you are centered on the pad, to re-engage, press the brush drive button.
When preparing to clean, it's important to set out wet floor signs in the area you'll be cleaning, and also offer verbal warnings to anyone coming through. Lower the brush motor, lower the squeegee, turn on the vacuum motor, turn on the brush drive, and adjust the water. You need to make sure that there's not water coming out the sides. If water begins to flow out the side of the skirt, you've applied too much water. You need to turn the water down. If the squeegee begins to whistle like this, you need to add more water because you've got too little water coming down.
When making a turn on a machine, step into the inside, turn the machine through, and make an overlap pass of your previous pass, being sure to overlap 1 inch to 2 inches. In preparing the machine to use, you'll need to fill the solution tank with fresh water. This notch on the left side will allow the hose to be held. When adding chemical, it's always important to measure accurately. Best to use a measuring cup. However, for your convenience, the lid does have a 3-ounce measuring slot. When the recovery tank is full, you'll need to empty it. To empty it, simply remove the recovery dump hose. Slowly turn the valve to release the fluid. If this is at the end of a shift, you'll need to rinse the recovery tank thoroughly. Leave the valve open, remove the lid, and hose it out. Once you've emptied the recovery tank and cleaned it out, it's time to empty the solution tank. Simply remove this hose from its mount and allow the solution tank to drain. After cleaning out the recovery and the solution tank, remove the squeegee for cleaning. Once you've emptied the recovery tank, cleaned out the solution tank, and cleaned the squeegee, it's time to get your machine ready for storage. To get your machine ready for storage, simply remove the recovery tank lid so that the recovery tank can dry. Remove the solution tank lid so that the solution tank can dry. Then tilt the machine back and remove the pad for storage. The last step is charging your batteries. Before you charge your batteries, you should always check the level of water in the batteries before you charge it. Any battery that has a low water level can do permanent damage to the plates. So, to check the water level, simply remove the cap and look inside each individual cell. What you're looking for is a water level that is about 1/4 inch below the top of the battery. You should not see any plates exposed. If you see any plates exposed or the water level is below 1/4 of an inch, be sure to add distilled water only. If you fill it more than 1/4 inch below the top of the battery, you risk the battery boiling over when it charges. Replace the cap when you're done. When it's time to charge, be sure to flip up the little lever there that will allow the tank to stay slightly open. This will allow the batteries to vent.
Plug in the onboard charger. After several seconds, the green light will flash, indicating that the battery is charging.
Congratulations! You're now ready to use a Saber Compact 17.